Ja, grundserien är äntligen över och vi har just nu full fokus på slutspel och kvartsfinalserien mot Frölunda som väntar här runt hörnet. Men först ska vi summera saker och ting, tänkte jag. Vi gör det tillsammans med Marek Hrivík. Well, Marek, the regular season is now finally over. Your thoughts about the season so far and the team effort so far?
Yeah, I think it's been a pretty good season so far. We've had our goal to finish in the top 6, which we've achieved. So I think we're happy about that one to kind of save ourselves from the play-in that we had going on last few seasons. So that's a pretty good positive. We're playing some good hockey, and hopefully we can bring it into the playoffs.
What has been the keys for success so far?
Yeah, I think it was the team spirit. I think the team plays, the efforts. A lot of guys throughout the lineup contributed a lot this year, and I think that's going to be huge for us as well for the playoffs.
And what do you say about your own season so far? 15 goals, a strong goal scoring season for you.
Yeah, I mean it's been a little bit up and down. There was some moments where I started to start off scoring some goals, then it would look quiet for a little bit, then it scored some goals again. So it was a little bit up and down. Yeah, I mean I finished with some goals this year for sure, but I mean I still think there's a lot of improvement to be made.
And now you and the rest of the team is preparing for the playoffs and the quarterfinals against Frölunda. Your thoughts about that matchup against Frölunda?
Well, I mean, everybody knows what we're going to get from Frölunda. So we just got to make sure that we're ready for the tough games with a lot of chipping and a lot of little battles all over the ice, hitting and checking, and just overall the intensity is going to be very high. So I think that's going to be the key for us to match that and make sure we stay on that level and bring it on ourselves as well.
Do you think it's going to be a high-paced game or more like a mind game out there?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't experienced Frölunda in the playoffs, so mostly I'm talking from what I've seen around them playing against other teams, and they've won a decent amount of times in this league, so I'm sure they have the experience, they have the players on that team that won before, so I think that's going to be probably a little advantage for them. But like I said, I think we have a hungry team with a lot of players having a pretty good seasons, so for sure we're looking forward to give them a good go for it this playoffs.
And this is not your first playoffs here with Leksands. 4 years ago you also played in the quarterfinals against Örebro. Your memories from that series?
Yeah, I don't think that's a series that you want to remember for too long. Yeah, obviously we had a pretty good season. Everything went well, and then it kind of shocked us into the playoffs to start there. So, yeah, I think there's some guys from that team still here, so we all remember how it felt, so we just got to make sure that we are not in that situation again this year.
And that time you played without the fans in the crowd. How was that?
Yeah, I mean it was a little bit frustrating, especially from the start when you had to get used to it, and with Leksands that we have such a fans here, I think it was a really big disadvantage for us to have that happening. So it's a totally different game for us when we have the fans behind us and singing and cheering for us. So I'm sure that's going to help us this year for sure.
What difference can that make?
Yeah, I like I said, it's a huge part of the playoffs. I think the fans and I think we have the best ones in the league. So we know they're going to give it their all. So we got to make sure we give them our all as well.
With that loss against Örebro in mind, together with the last 2 seasons play-in losses against Oskarshamn and Rögle, what do you feel that your group have learned and developed from that?
Yeah, I mean this again this 2 series haven't been the best, and somehow we managed to lose, and it wasn't something we're looking for. And Yeah, I mean, it's hard to come back to that, especially when it happened 2 years in a row. So, I mean, I'm sure we're at the point right now where we put that behind us, and we're just looking forward for the series.
Everyone talks about how special this time of the year is with playoff hockey. What does playoff hockey do with you as a player and also as a person?
Yeah, I mean, it's I'm trying to think. Last time I played playoffs was that series against Örebro. So it's been a few years, and again, I've got a taste and experience of what it feels like to play playoffs in the SHL. So I've played playoffs before in different leagues, and it's always going to come down to just you got to be strong mentally, physically, and endure. And there's going to be times during the games where you'll hate everything that's happening, and I'm sure that's so we have to make sure that we are ready for that mentally, and just be ready to match the intensity for sure, because it's going to be higher than it was in the regular season, and it's pretty high in the regular season. So like I said, I think I am looking forward to this, and especially with the team, how it's been playing this year with the teammates around. So just getting the excitement and looking forward to it.